All right, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rachel Kennedy, and today we are going to get into the 9 essential rules of surviving living in the Denver Boulder area. So let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. All right, before we get into it, my name is Rachel Kennedy, and I am a licensed realtor here in the Denver Boulder area. As much as I love putting this content together for you all to eat up, I would love even more to help you with any real estate needs. So if you are looking to move into the Denver Boulder area, you can contact me on the number and the email popping up on your screen below. I am the person that answers all of those phone calls and emails, and I would love to help you with your real estate needs. All right, so let's get into that list. So our number 1 rule for surviving living in the Denver Boulder area is to know that we have this thing called Colorado casual. So Colorado casual is this way of dressing, and us Denverites really don't like to dress up too much. You'll very oftentimes see someone come like straight from the mountain and go out to a really nice dinner downtown, like in ski pants. So we of course are on the west side of the United States. We've got some cowboys, we've got some cowgirls here. So Western wear happens sometimes. As our city grows and it gets more hip, we definitely see less and less of those cowboy hats, cowgirl hats, and cowboy boots out. But it still happens. You'll definitely see people out to dinner, again, nice dinner, or out to a show in like Teva sandals or Birkenstocks. So just know that dressing up in Denver is not like dressing up in LA or probably even Atlanta. Our number 2 rule for surviving living in Denver Boulder area is to remember that you are a mile high. So remember this when you are out drinking, if you're partaking in the 420 festivities. Remember that the thin air and the higher altitude will definitely impact how much you can ingest of either substance. We see a lot of people get themselves into trouble, whether it's like a really bad hangover or drinking way too much and not realizing it until it's too late. So just remember that you are a mile high, and those substances will definitely hit you a little bit harder. And that brings us into point number 3, which is stay hydrated. It is really, really dry here in Colorado. It's due to the fact that we are on the western side of the United States, as well as being a really high altitude. So those two things combined make the air really, really dry. So when you first move here or if you're visiting, oftentimes I will set up like a humidifier in my room, in my guest room in my house for my guests. I'll make sure that they're drinking tons and tons of water. It is not uncommon to go into like a nice high-end business meeting and everybody has like Nalgene water bottles like with stickers all over them and stuff. So it's just a way of life here. Everyone knows that you gotta stay hydrated, especially if you're doing physical activities, skiing, hiking, etc. So keep that in mind. And then number 4 is don't ski in jeans like a noob. This is actually a running joke, and it's actually quite funny. We oftentimes, when on the ski slopes or the ski lifts, if we see someone in jeans, we automatically assume that they're from Texas, and 2, it's their first time in Colorado. It's also been like kind of a political like banter back and forth of our governors like saying, oh, Joe Schmo skis in jeans. It's like a dig. So just remember that if you are coming out to Colorado, if you choose to ski in those jeans, you're probably gonna hear it on the slopes. The only caveat to skiing in jeans is if it's one of the last days that the ski resorts are open and it's spring skiing and you're seeing like people in like furry outfits or bikinis. So if you want to throw on your jeans for spring skiing and make a joke out of it, go for it. And that brings me to rule number 5, which is you don't have to ski if you live here. It is definitely one of the biggest draws to people living here in Colorado, Front Range area, but not everybody skis. So if you're not a skier, don't feel like you have to conform or you'll be missing out, because there is plenty to do here in Colorado. We've got hiking, we've got snow tubing, we've got biking, cross-country skiing. There is so much to do here. So if skiing just isn't your jam, don't feel like you need to make it your jam. Rule number 6 is say yes to the green chili. We are known for our green chili out here. In the fall, you'll oftentimes see a ton of like green chili roasters like pop up on the corners or like in parking lots. What they are is they sell hatch green chilies from New Mexico. They bring them up here. They will roast them right there for you. You take them home and you cook up some nice green chili, pork chili, chicken chili, vegetarian chili, but you'll also find it at restaurants. You'll have a choice to like smother your burrito, nachos, all kinds of stuff. And we are known for having really, really good green chili. So if green chili is on the menu, I highly suggest trying it. Rule number 7 is leave no trace. When you're out there on those trails, whether you're camping, hiking, skiing, whatever it is a hard and fast rule to pick up after yourselves, whether it's your dog, you have your granola bar, your water bottle. We are really big on keeping our beautiful land beautiful. We have a lot of off-the-grid camping sites where it's maybe just like some tucked away land that has opened their land up to camp on. But oftentimes we'll see a lot of those people who, because they know that the land isn't monitored, they'll leave trash or they'll leave their fire burning. So if you choose to take advantage of all of the beautiful outdoor activities and all of the beautiful scenery that we have here in Colorado, just remember that it is your responsibility and your duty to take with you whatever you take in. There is a saying that goes, leave nothing but footprints and take nothing but photos. So follow that rule and what you do. All right, and rule number 8 is to become a foodie. Denver's food scene has really, really blown up in the last probably, I'm gonna say 10 years. If you've been following the food scene in the past 5 years, have we really gotten like notoriety through the culinary scene? But we've had some really solid restaurants for years here in Colorado, whether it be sushi or Asian fusion or French. We've got it all, and it's actually, we're really lucky to have such good chefs here in Denver. They pour into us and we pour into them. So if you are not yet a foodie and you're coming to Denver, I highly suggest looking into the top restaurants, get yourself out there and try a few things, because we've got some really cool restaurants to brag about. And our last rule, rule number 9, is for those of you coming out to Colorado who are single. If you're coming out here to Colorado and you're single, I suggest you get a dog. Everybody here has a dog. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know I've talked about this before. We are a total dog city in Denver and Boulder. So it's a great way to get yourself out there into the dog parks, or there's like meetups where people will get their dogs together and secretly get their people together. So if you're coming out here and you just want to meet new friends and have a social outlet, a dog is a really great way to do that. All right, and that concludes our video of 9 essential rules to survive living in the Denver Boulder area. If I missed anything or you have anything I should add, leave a comment below. And as always, I would love to help you with your real estate needs, so make sure to hit me up on that number or that email below, and I look forward to connecting.